If you think back to some of the greatest games of the last decade, Grand Theft Auto has to be up there with one of the top 5 at least. And for good point, Grand Theft Auto has always been a really great game. We've always enjoyed the storyline behind Grand Theft Auto. We always enjoyed being able to play with friends. All the updates were always really nice. And of course, the map size was always so big that we could just explore forever, right? Well, today I'm actually going to be looking at Ghost Recon Wildlands and take a look at if Ghost Recon Wildlands is actually bigger than Grand Theft Auto. Now, there have been a couple of different people that have been trying to break this down, and they actually did a very good job with it. But before we get into that, you have to understand this game has over 200 missions that are doable, and because we're talking about Grand Theft Auto, we can say that these missions are very heist-like, not in the sense of being actual heists, but you know that atmosphere that they gave us in Grand Theft Auto when you were setting up heists. You had to invite friends in to be able to play these heists, but of course in Ghost Recon Wildlands you don't have to have friends, you can play with AI, but these are very much set up like heists were in Grand Theft Auto. And there's over 200 of them that you can play, making it a really big map that you have to deal with. And another question is vehicles. Because it's so vast, will there be fast travel options? Will you be able to take over these specific areas and fast travel to them? This might have been answered already, but I'm not really quite sure. But personally, I'm going to be the type of person that's probably going to drive around and just get that atmospheric feel. If the fast travel is there, it might be convenient sometimes, but I really enjoy driving around in games at this size just because they usually have really nice atmospheres. But let's get into the question. Is Ghost Recon Wildlands bigger than Grand Theft Auto? The short answer is yes, it is bigger than Grand Theft Auto. Now, looking at the map that they actually gave us so far, you can see that it's like at a slant. So it's very difficult for you to actually get an accurate reading of how big it is by just looking at that. Now, these people that really broke this down would actually make the map flat by doing some editing and making it really precise. And also by looking at these missions, you can see that there's waypoints in the background. You can see how far away these specific waypoints are on the map, giving you a little section of how long that is. And then after you have the map flat in that section that is usually having to be flat, you can get a map size if you just keep lining that up and seeing how many of those little chunks of lines you can fit in the entire map. Dealing in miles, it came out to just over 119 square miles. Now, that might not mean a lot to you, but putting it into comparison, a great YouTuber by the name of Marco Style actually created this image, and you can see from this picture that he created, you can actually fit 3 Grand Theft Auto maps inside the Ghost Recon map, and with some room to spare even, which I find just absolutely fascinating. So if you're one of those people that are really into the big maps, the open world stuff, I've said this before in a million videos, open world is going to become standard in video games. It's going to become standard. And with these enormous games like this, are you somebody that enjoys the bigger maps? Do you enjoy having more to explore? Or are you one of those types of people that like that side-scrolling stuff, some of that guided paths like Tomb Raider does it very well? Are you one of those types of players, or do you like the open world atmosphere? Let me know down in the comments, guys, but I hope you liked this short video today. Leave a like, leave a subscription, it really does help me out, guys. I will see you all later.